So next question, here we go. AD Howarth. What to do if my niche has become flooded? Right? So theirs is perimenopause, menopause.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So you start out doing something. So maybe you're the only yoga teacher in town, and life is great because you're packed. But now there's 100 yoga teachers in your town. You do this ancestral reconnection work, and you're the only one. And now it's flooded. And now Daniel Ford just keeps fucking training people, and there's damn it. And same thing with this, right? You focus on menopause. Nobody was doing it. Now everybody seems to be doing it. This is such a huge opportunity. This is the greatest news. What it means is it's confirmation that there's interest. If you got a lot of people in this field, it means people have the problem. So this is good news. But it's also good news because there might be things you've been doing, roles you've been playing that you don't want to play anymore. For example, you're a yoga studio and you're doing all these yin yoga classes and you can't stand it. You just know there's a demand, but you're like, I don't want to be doing this. And then a bunch of other yoga teachers start up and you can just let it go and say, if you want yin yoga, go to this other studio. They love it. They do it. It's not our thing. We do this hardcore, get in shape, sweat hard. And that's our thing. So there's a chance to actually re-niche and deepen your niche. And I would check out, if you go to YouTube, search Tad Hargrave Positioning Matrix. And there's a video conversation I had with Danny Inney where it gives you a chance to kind of map out who are your colleagues out there, who else is doing stuff that might be considered competition that other people might go to. And then you just figure out, where do I sit kind of spatially in relation to them on a couple different axes, which you get to figure out and determine. Uh, so that's what I would do. I would really just say, okay, it's flooded, but with whom? Get some specific names. Get of these other people that are out there, or the specific types of things that are out there that you're seeing flooding it. And then it's a kind of meditation, but I would do it on paper of, where do I fit? Where do I want to fit? Questions to ask are, what's the role I most want to play with these people? And number two, what are the roles I no longer want to play with them that I would love to set down? Somebody else can be doing it because I want to focus on this. And what is different about my point of view or my approach from these other people? Could be another way to look at it. Like, we just had one of the bonus calls in the membership, and a woman, man, it was amazing. She'd done the point of view homework. She brought 11 pages of point of view, really clear stuff. But one of them, there was a list of um, kind of things she believed. And I said, the thing I'd invite you to do is, there's stuff that all herbalists would believe. Make a column of that. Like, as herbalists, we believe, but there seems to be stuff here that not all herbalists would believe. Like, she made a reference to terrain theory, which is in contrast to germ theory. It's a different understanding of disease that questions the relationship of uh, bacteria in particular. Like, do bacteria cause disease, or are they the result themselves of something? And so that's something that's unique to you. Not all herbalists believe that, so I might highlight that. But so there's a chance to start to differentiate, like, okay, everyone who's working on the menopause, perimenopause stuff generally believes this. But here's what I believe that's different. And another deeper cut of that is, are there some things that you've been scared to say up until now? Critiques you have about your industry, kind of bullshit you see and you've just been sitting on it. It's been slowly boiling away. Occasionally it almost boils over, but you keep it in. And maybe it's time to let those out. Now, the risk here, of course, is it's a critique of your industry. So it could be land as a critique of your colleagues. There will be blowback for that. There are consequences. It's usually not as bad as you think. And there's ways to communicate it that's not making anyone wrong. That's not shaming anybody. That's not positioning you as so much better and smarter and them as terrible. But you can still be candid of, like, look, people see this in different ways, but here's the understanding I've come to. So if you resonate with this understanding, you might want to work with me. But yeah, there's all sorts of other questions too around, with the 5 levels of the ideal client. Okay, within the perimenopause, menopause, is there a particular issue within that, an island A and island B, that's unique that you want to focus on? 2, Do you want to, in your work, kind of raise the bar on what the musts are? Maybe there are certain prerequisites or things you want people to bring, and you want to raise the bar on who you accept as a client. Could be. Number three, is there a psychographic you want to focus on? Is there a scene or a community that's like, I really would love to be adopted by these people, by the local food community, the permaculture community, the circus and acrobatic, I don't know, your town. But maybe there's a particular crowd locally or globally you'd love to be adopted by. You become the menopause, perimenopause for women who are into the mythopoetic world, for example. And they go elsewhere for the myth, but they come to you for the mechanics, and the healing work. And then number four, are there demographics? Do you want to focus on a particular kind of externally verifiable something? Sometimes there's that. Again, example I give in another question is maybe you want to work with women of color, particularly. You want to focus on that. And then number five, are there any qualities that you really want to make sure you have with clients? So there's just the big takeaway here is when you see it's flooded and you can see your business going down because there's so many people, it's a beautiful chance to re-niche, re-hone your point of view, and come out fresh, and then reintroduce yourself to your people. This is a good chance to kind of you go inside and like, okay, how do I want to come out differently? And when you come out, you could have a whole email sequence reintroducing yourself to the marketplace and just telling them the honest story. When I started, there weren't a lot of people doing this. Now there's so many, and it's beautiful. There's all these great opportunities. And I had to really do some soul searching. What's the role I want to play? Who do I most want to work with? And here's what I've discovered. And boom, there you go. So that's what I would say.
Gold. I love it. You reminded me of a few things I wanted to do about my business as well. Wonderful. Very nice.